Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Agri Business Now. We are here with your agricultural program, which brings to you all the updates within the agricultural sector. On this week's program, we have highlights from the World Food Day and AgriExpo SVG 2019 opening ceremonies, updates on the OECS Agricultural Competitiveness AGRICOM project. Then we have the How to Do segment along with the news and announcements. A great package awaits you. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Water. It is 75% of the Earth's surface, yet it is scarce in some places. It's 70% of our body's mass, yet many do not drink that 8 glasses per day. The forest plays an important part in the water cycle by protecting our watersheds. Water is life. Protect the forest. Preserve life.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, you're watching Agri Business Now. On Wednesday, 16 October 2019, the World Food Day ceremony was held at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, a healthy diet for a zero-hunger world. We now share with you some brief remarks from the key speakers and excerpts from the children's entertainment packages.
The agricultural sector remains the largest productive sector in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and continues to employ a major portion of the labor force in the country. Today, we showcase the agricultural sector under the theme, Repositioning Agriculture for Sustainable Economic Development in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This event will complement other national activities commemorating our 40th anniversary of independence. It also highlights World Food Day 2019 under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Healthy Diets for a Zero Hunger World. This exposition is designed to promote the sector by providing a meeting point for all stakeholders to showcase opportunities which exist within the sector. AgriExpo 2019 is a 4-day indoor-outdoor event showcasing a range of agricultural commodities, products and services, food crops, horticulture, forestry, animal husbandry, fisheries, value-added food products, and agriculture technologies. Additionally, an information dissemination platform is provided through the hosting of interactive sessions where all involved in the sector will be able to do presentations and educate on various topics, including production, processing, marketing, financing, access to markets, and export opportunities, conservation, among others. It would be remiss of me not to mention the hard work by the AgriExpo 2019 Planning Committee, led, of course, by Mr. Cornelius Richards, and the staff of the Ministry of Agriculture in organizing this event. All of the preparations were done within 2 weeks, and many persons were here from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on numerous days. This is a huge effort, and I commend and thank you.
You know, once upon a time, agriculture was by far the biggest contributor to our gross domestic product. Now, it's about 7 to 8%, about $140 million, $145 million. In that range, give and take a few dollars. But interestingly, still, the largest contributor to the labor force is agriculture. Agriculture and forestry and fishing.
What we bring to you today was a bit of a challenge, but the main purpose behind this expo is to showcase the agriculture sector. We specifically said we are not bringing an exhibition, we are bringing an exposition. An exhibition is a collection of items that people look at. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to showcase the sector of agriculture, which has been neglected in our minds for a very long time. I do not want you to be critical or too critical of what you would see as part of the exhibition, but simply see the effort and to see what we intended to do given the time that we were allowed to do it, and to appreciate one fact, that despite agriculture may not be a major GDP earner for St. Vincent and the Grenadines at this time, it is still a significant part of our economy, of our lives, our culture, our religion, of our fabric as a society. Simply put, we cannot be productive unless we eat well. And we have the potential in this country to produce the best crops, the best animals, the cleanest water, the best soil. So we have no excuse of not eating well.
Food and agriculture has possibly been the single most important force driving the development of civilizations across the millennia. Our food is a critical aspect of who we are. It's an intrinsic part of our culture. As our relationship with food and food systems changes with modernization and with globalization, it is important that we take the time for regular reflection about food. We need to have clear ideas about how we want to see food systems develop as individual citizens, as parents, as concerned community members, or as public servants charged with advancing food and agriculture in the country and in the region. We need to be sure that we are in the driving seat and not simply being dragged along. This year's World Food Day calls for action to make healthy diets available and affordable to all. And with the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Healthy Diets for Zero Hunger. I encourage you to visit all of the booths here at Arnos Vale. I'm told there are 71 of them. Talk to the farmers, talk to the exhibitors, and get to know your food better. Reflect, act, and have a positive World Food Day experience.
I am happy to announce as Minister of Agriculture that throughout the entire OECS, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have the most diversified agriculture sector. It is not by chance that on a Saturday, every quarter in this year, a businessman by the name of Joe Jack would leave from Grenville in Grenada to come to places in Lauders, in Three Rivers, in Magum, in Baroli and Layo, and in Richmond to get livestock to take from St. Vincent and the Grenadines to Grenada. If something good wasn't happening here, he would have gone elsewhere. And sometimes, as stakeholders in the industry, we beat up on the technicians and we beat up on the staff, but I want to, on this World Food Day 2019, thank the staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries for their hard work and dedication. When you appreciate the fact that it took a bilateral agreement between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada to bring millions of dollars in the trade of livestock, trade from St. Vincent and the Grenadines to Grenada, and in that agreement it noted that Grenada would not only receive livestock, but they would also receive planting material from our tissue culture lab, another asset that I am proud of as the Minister of Agriculture or Tissue Culture Lab. But importantly, we are seeing whereby an example of a trade relationship between St. Vincent and the Grenada, we now have a role to follow because we are going to establish trade agreements through the OECS Secretariat with other member states to ensure that we do not only speak about increasing exports, but we have a legal framework whereby our farmers can do it. We have a beautiful country, and it is neatly placed in a region, the Caribbean, and we have a lot to offer. Throughout all the changing scenes, our policymakers will adjust. Our technicians must ensure that their work, that it begins and that it ends with science. And I really want to say to all the stakeholders participating here today that we couldn't have a better way of saying thanks to the hard-working farmers and fishers and agro-processors in this country than to showcase their work.
Island in the Caribbean Sea, where cocoa shake a coconut and find banana tree, where I will meet and sugar. River in the sea, Saint Vincent is its name. We are all to be Vincent. We are all to Vincent. We are all to be Vincent. If child in hand. Go where you eat and eat where you go. I go in the garden for some weed. I take me time and plant some seed. I mow me tomato and check me carrot for just put in my pot. Go where you eat and eat where you go. Cause I live in an easy high. Me afraid for go supermarket for food for buy. Me poor I'm in a hand no money for waste. Buy food and market when I hand no taste. Go where you eat and eat where you go. Carrots, pumpkin, lettuce too. Okra, sweet pepper, callaloo. Go where you eat and eat where you go. You can't say me not tell you. Go where you eat and eat where you go. You will have a healthy tomorrow. If you go where you eat and eat where you go.
The OECS Agriculture Competitiveness AGRICOM project was launched on the 28th of February 2018 and is geared towards promoting the competitiveness of farmers and fishers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as well as improving the supply chain by establishing a mechanism that partners the private sector operators. On this evening's program, we have Michael Sipasad, Business Development Consultant, who will give us an update on the current position of the project.
As most persons know by now, the AgriCom project is a project funded with a loan from the World Bank plus government counterpart contributions with the objective of promoting competitiveness in the agriculture and fishery sectors. To date, we have done over 15 awareness and training interventions throughout the country and over 30 one-on-one interventions. We have the resources here to help persons who want to complete the form. There's still a few more days left. The call closes on the 1st of November. And just to remind persons that the call is open to aggregators and agro-processors. Aggregators meaning lead farmers, marketers, and of course you have the agro-processors. And they need to team up with at least 10 farmers to form a productive alliance. And this productive alliance can get funding, grant funding that is, and I'll give you the figures in US dollars. For the aggregator can receive up to 120,000 US dollars. The farmer can receive up to 8,000 US dollars for total amount of 120,000 US dollars for the number of farmers who are participating in the productive alliance. The farmer will have to contribute 20% of the funds required, and the aggregator, if it's a small business, will need to contribute 50%, and if it's a productive alliance, the contribution is 20%. Now, I need to emphasize that these figures I just gave you are US dollars. I need to emphasize also that they're grant funding. Now, the process of selecting the applicants is very competitive. A team has been appointed to analyze and assess the applications, and only the very best ideas that are viable in the marketplace will be selected for support. The support includes not only funding, as I indicated, the grant funding, but also technical assistance. Beginning around the second week in November, we should be launching a number of training programs in business planning, standards for market access, business continuity management, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, integrating production within the country into the global value chain. And we hope that all farmers and aggregators who can make it will take an opportunity to attend the workshops and at least peruse the reader material. We look forward to the applications coming in, and we remind all persons who are interested that we have the resources here to help you put that application together, to answer any question. I don't think you should allow this opportunity to pass by. This is grant funding to both the aggregator and the agro-processor. And we will take you through, we'll handhold you through the completion of the forms. If you want that, and whatever other assistance you will need in completing the document. So I look forward to seeing many of you between now and Friday, and I look forward to receiving your applications and to working with you to implement the business plan and to improve your competitiveness in the sector.
The How to Do segment is up next after this short break.
Did you know that the OECS Agriculture Competitiveness Project, otherwise known as AGRICOM project, has been officially launched?
Well, it was, and the project aims at enhancing access to markets and sales for competitively selected farmers and fisher folks.
But to access funds, you must be part of a productive alliance.
So what is a productive alliance, you ask? It's a business arrangement between farmers and or fisher folks on one hand, and on the other hand, aggregators. Aggregators can be cooperatives, lead farmers, or marketers and agro-processors.
The project provides matching grants to a productive alliance. A minimum of 10 farmers or fishers and an aggregator, such as a lead farmer, a cooperative, marketer, or an agro-processor.
Farmers and fisher folk in Productive Alliance can receive up to $8,000, while the aggregator, lead farmer or fisher, cooperative, marketer, or agro-processor can receive up to $120,000. For more information, please contact Ministry of Agriculture, Richmond Hill at 456-1410 or 456-1111, extension 311 or 321, or email agricomsvg@mail.gov.bc.
Welcome back. You're watching Agri Business Now. Now for this week's How to Do, you're going to learn how to do bamboo trellising.
The trellising, what we do is that we use, in this case, the bamboo post. We recognize that the bamboo is a common plant throughout St. Vincent and Grenadines, so most farmers will have access to the bamboo. But apart from the bamboo, we also use steel metals here. So what we did is that we basically cut the bamboo first of all, and you have to make sure at least that all the parts, all the other parts that are growing out from the bamboo is cleared. You don't want to put a bamboo post there that has shoots growing out from the side. So that's the first thing you'll do. After the post is cleared properly, measure a distance of about 10 feet. We try to put the post at an interval of 10 feet. And after you have already mark your 10 feet interval. We dig the holes. On the farm, as you would have seen, we use a piece of machinery that we call an auger. But we recognize that, again, most of the farmers in St. Vincent may not be able to purchase an auger. So what you can do is that you can use the ordinary scoop, the banana scoop that you use to punch the banana holes or the planting holes. So you can use that, and you'll dig a hole to a depth of about 2 feet. I should also say that what we do is that when we cut the post, we try to cater for a post of a length of about 9 feet. So when you put 2 feet in the ground, you will have 7 feet above the ground. After the posts are placed in the holes, you have to first of all make sure that at least it is properly, like you form the area around the post. You don't want it to be shaken because it depends on the type of vegetable you have. And the growth of the plant, it becomes very, very, very heavy. And if the posts are not strong, then the weight of the plant can actually cause your trellis to topple. So you have to make sure that the post is firm in the ground. And of course, you have to make sure at least you put it upright. You don't want it to sway in one particular direction. You want it to be as upright as possible. After that is done, you will run a line from one end of your bed to the other end. And you want to make sure that the line is about 6 or so inches off the ground. That is important because you want to be able to tie the plant to the line as early as possible. Some farmers, what they do is that they will put the line at a height that will cause the plant to take a long time to reach up to that height. And then during that time, you can have like wind blowing and the plant can topple and things like that. So you want to make sure at least that you have the line at about a height of about 6 or so inches off the ground. Then after that is established, you pull that line as stiff as possible. Make sure it's very, very stiff. There's a good tension in it. And you make sure that at least you get each plant and you cut like strings, maybe about a foot in length. You can use any sort of material you can use to tie the plant to the line. You can use the same ordinary banana twine, or we call it the ringo. You can use that, or you can use like thread. Make sure at least it's something that is very firm, that will not burst very easily. And you tie it to the plant. You tie the plant to the line, and basically that will be the first operation. As the plant grows, naturally, we will have to put in other levels as the plant grows, and the process just continue. You continue to tie the plant to the line and do your other management practices as they become necessary.
Here are the news and announcements.
The Ministry of Agriculture, through the Department of Labour, is inviting persons to apply for the following available position on the Guyana Work Programme: electrical engineer, project management, electrician, plumbers, welders, and food and beverage. Please note, only persons with certification including CVQ and TVET certification will be eligible for the positions. Please call 4562-349 for an appointment. Persons without appointments will not be accommodated. Please bring along 2 passport-size pictures, national ID, passport or driver's license, NIS card, names, address, telephone number, email address, and occupation of 2 references, and a prepared resume is welcome. And persons are asked to note that the deadline for the call for business idea profile proposals for the OECS Agriculture Competitiveness AGRICOM project has been extended to Friday, 1st November 2019.
Here is where we come to the end of the Agri Business Now program. Please feel free to contact us at the Communications Unit within the Ministry of Agriculture at 456-1111, extension 312 or 472, or email us at citumaf2@hotmail.com. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, AgriBusiness Now St. Vincent, and click on the bell to get notifications on new videos, or like our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/agribusinessnow. On behalf of the Communications Unit Video Production Team, I am your host, Nakita Samuel. Thanks for viewing and do enjoy the rest of your night.